Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the newspaper show and I'm Hina Gambhir. Let's get started with what's making headlines as far as the Times of India this morning is concerned. The biggest news that Times of India today is leading with is what happens after May 31st when lockdown 4.0 gets over. Delhi may ask for opening of mall shops on odd-even basis. That's an important news. Atul Mathur has reported proposals to be submitted today. One, open places of worship with the exception of big temples and mosques. It's one of the proposals. Extend 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. non-curfew hours to 9 p.m. to boost business. Hotels, restaurants, hospitality services and educational institutions to remain shut for the moment. No decision yet on opening of salons, spas and gyms. So this is what is there that Delhi perhaps could suggest for life after 31st of May. City to get 2,000 more corona beds as 5 hotels to be made hospitals. That's another big story because in Delhi specifically, there has been an alarming spike in new corona cases. 1,000 plus cases in city for second day in a row. Now toll stands at 398. And in Delhi, the total number of corona cases in fact have crossed the 17,000 mark as well. Another big update about the national capital. Then, despite tremendous suffering, India has averted disaster. This is what Prime Minister Modi has said. Prime Minister Modi, in a letter to citizens on completion of the first year of his second term on Friday, said the collective strength and resolve of people could be seen in the way India has dealt with coronavirus, as despite the tremendous suffering of the people, massive efforts ensured that inconvenience didn't turn into disasters. That's another big story here. Curbs may be eased further after May 31st. This is what Times of India is also reporting on the front page, because Home Minister Amit Shah met Prime Minister Modi on Friday and discussed the ongoing lockdown and the way ahead after May 31st amid indications that curbs could be further eased. Sources said Amit Shah briefed the Prime Minister on his meeting with chief ministers, most of whom want economic activities now opened. And apart from this, yesterday India's GDP data came out for the fourth quarter and for the full financial year, that's 2019 and 20, and GDP grew at 3.1% in the fourth quarter, which is the January to March quarter, and for the full year, that is 2019-20, the GDP growth was at an 11-year low of 4.2%. The country's economic growth in January to March quarter expanded at its slowest pace in 40 quarters to 3.1%, dragged down by manufacturing and construction sectors. And there was some impact of the national lockdown as well, because in this quarter at least 7 days were completely shut down. National lockdown was in place since March 25th. Apart from this, border chaos 2.0 as cases shoot up in Gurugram. How now Haryana has sealed the borders with Delhi, so a lot of chaos was witnessed yesterday at Delhi-Gurugram border, and the advice is do check on how the traffic situation is if you're planning to move from one city to the other. Then tremors in city. This is very important. 5th earthquake in Delhi only since April 12. Now Delhi NCR felt tremors on Friday evening for the 5th time since April 12, a 4.5 magnitude. It was the strongest quake, but this time the epicenter was outside Delhi in Rohtak. But 5th time Delhi has felt tremors since April 12 is something that's going to be a cause of concern now. Apart from this, Mamta to lift curbs from 1st of June. From June 1, public and private offices, places of worships and shops can open in a phased manner, but educational institutions will remain shut till June. And in Bengal, Mamta Banerjee has said she also eased passenger restrictions on private buses. And lastly, Donald Trump, US President, says he spoke to Prime Minister Modi, but the government is denying this. And one more important news on the front page only, the Times of India is reporting. Trump formally pulls US out of WHO. In a late-night development, US President Donald Trump ended the country's membership of the WHO, citing it is allegedly biased towards China. Very, very important news on the front page only. We are now moving on to the Navbharat Times और आपको बताएं कि आज पहली खबर, जो बड़ी खबर नवभारत टाइम्स के फ्रंट पेज पे है, वो लॉकडाउन 5 के बारे में है। 31 मई को जब लॉकडाउन 4.0 खत्म हो जाएगा, उसके बाद क्या होगा, क्या कंप्लीट लॉकडाउन होगा या फिर कुछ रिलैक्सेशंस मिलेंगी, उसके बारे में है पहली खबर। लॉकडाउन 5 में मेट्रो और मंदिर पर नजर। 31 के बाद कितनी बंदिशें, मोदी शाह में हुई है चर्चा। और साथ में यह भी बताया गया है कि हरियाणा लॉकडाउन बढ़ाने के पक्ष में है, कहा ढील से बढ़ेंगे कोरोना मरीज। तो कुछ स्टेट्स हैं जो चाहते हैं कि लॉकडाउन को बढ़ाया जाना चाहिए, लेकिन कुछ स्टेट्स ऐसे भी हैं जो कहते हैं कि इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी को रीस्टार्ट करना बहुत जरूरी है। पाबंदियों के साथ रेस्टोरेंट, होटल, मॉल खोलना चाहता है गोवा, क्योंकि गोवा में केसेस थोड़े से बेटर है, हालांकि कुछ दिनों में बढ़ गए हैं। 1 जून से बंगाल धार्मिक स्थल खोलेगा, दफ्तरों में 100% हाजिरी, ये अभी की खबर है। और इसी के साथ में दिल्ली में दुकानें खोलने का बढ़ सकता है समय, सैलून भी खुल सकते हैं जब 31 मई को खत्म हो जाएगा लॉकडाउन 4.0। कृतम में दक्षिणे हस्ते जयो में सव्य आहित, यानी हमारे एक हाथ में कर्म और कर्तव्य है तो दूसरे हाथ में सफलता सुनिश्चित है। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी 2.0 का पहला वर्ष पूरा होने पर प्रधानमंत्री का देशवासियों के नाम पत्र, तो उसके बारे में पूरी जानकारी यहां पर दी हुई है। विकास 11 साल में सबसे धीमा, खेती में दिखी तेजी। जीडीपी नंबर्स जो आए हैं उसको भी फ्रंट पेज पर रखा है, क्योंकि 2019-20 की जो ग्रोथ रेट थी वो 11 साल में सबसे कम थी, लेकिन एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर ने काफी अच्छा परफॉर्म किया है लास्ट क्वार्टर में। मरीजों का बना रिकॉर्ड, चीन से ज्यादा मौतें भारत में, ये एक और खबर है। और आखिरी में चीन पर ट्रंप के दावे को भारत ने खारिज कर दिया है। Let's now move on and get you the latest as far as the Economic Times is concerned. And here also the big story that the Economic Times is leading with is the meeting that Home Minister Amit Shah had with Prime Minister Narendra Modi after holding a meeting with the chief ministers. And here it says Home Minister briefs PM after discussion with chief ministers. Lockdown may be confined to 13 cities. Hotels and malls could open. So this is some interesting update coming here. Rahul Tripathi and Deepshika Sikarwar have reported talks on to start traffic movement in NCR, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh want some restrictions till June 30. As I was telling you earlier that there are some states which want the lockdown to be extended further, and these include Maharashtra, Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. Then phased opening of hotels is something that you can expect. Delhi will be using 5 hotels as COVID hospitals because in Delhi the number of cases are going up. And also very important update, as I mentioned earlier, that how the big story says that lockdown may be confined to 13 cities. Now, which those 13 cities could be? What is it that the government is considering? The details are mentioned here. These restrictions likely in 13 cities, and these 13 cities are Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Thane, Pune, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Indore, Jaipur, Jodhpur and 2 cities in Tamil Nadu. So that is something that the government is focusing on. Then a letter to the nation on the first anniversary of second term by Prime Minister Modi is also another story that the Economic Times is leading with. India will set an example in economic revival, says Prime Minister. Modi praises country's confidence and resilience in fighting COVID pandemic. Then another important news here, hike in GST rates is unlikely. More steps may be announced to revive the economy. This is what a government official has said, and also on the front page. Lastly, India's GDP growth in Q4 and FY20 sinks to 11-year low. That's there on the front page of the Economic Times. Let's get more city specific. Kangana, my colleague, is now joining us on the broadcast this morning. Kangana, good morning. So, Delhi may ask for opening of malls, shops on odd-even basis. That could be the change after May 31st in Delhi?
Well, good morning to you too, Hina. And what we can expect in the lockdown 5.0 post 31st of May is the fact that Delhi may have given suggestions to the centre to open up shops in the malls on an odd and even basis. And not only that, it may also give suggestions to the centre to open up a small mosque or temples or any kind of praying places that could open up in Delhi post the lockdown. Remember, Delhi is among the 13 cities that will be implementing the lockdown further, but with some kind of other relaxations. So we will have to wait and watch for tomorrow, because tomorrow we will get to know what kind of a relaxation or guidelines might come up from the centre, which Delhi might have given, and they might have accepted it. So we can expect the shops in the malls to open up, but the malls might completely not open up. There might be some shops will be opening up on an odd and even basis. Remember, the odd and even formula of Delhi has been successful when it comes to the other shops and shopping complexes that were opened up last time when 4.0 lockdown was extended. So these are the relaxation situation that we can expect. Other than that, Delhi has been recording approximately 1,000 cases for the last 2 days. That is the highest number of spike that we have seen.
Okay.
So keeping in mind the highest number of spike has been going above 1,000 per day. So that is also something that the center will look up to.
All right. Thank you very much, Kangana, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on to the Mumbai edition of the Times of India. And here it says state adds 403 deaths in 4 days, says active cases at 33,000. Situation is deteriorating in Maharashtra. And perhaps that's the reason why the Chief Minister is not in favor of lifting lockdown. That's the big story the Times of India's Mumbai edition this morning is leading with. My colleague Arunil is joining us on the broadcast. More on this. Arunil, so tomorrow lockdown 4.0 gets over, but Maharashtra is not in favor of lifting lockdown.
Well, yesterday, Hina, in fact, 116 deaths were recorded in the state of Maharashtra. That is the highest single-day death count till now in the state of Maharashtra. And yesterday, the CM of Maharashtra had a meeting with the editors of several news agencies as well, several newspapers, regional dailies. And that is when he clearly mentioned about it, that at least in red zones of Mumbai, Pune, Malegaon, Aurangabad, the lockdown certainly cannot be lifted. Yes, some relaxations can be given, but that will be decided only after the center gives out a notification. That's what the CM mentioned over there. And one ray of hope came in the report yesterday, wherein around 8,000, more than 8,300 basically coronavirus patients were treated and they were discharged only in a single day. That is also a big ray of hope as a single highest count. And in that number of more than 8,300, around 7,500 was from the city of Mumbai. So yes, people are getting recovered as well. 7,500 being recovered in a single day and discharged. That is also a big number. So there is a ray of hope. But yes, the lockdown is likely to continue in the red zone areas of Maharashtra. Certainly.
Thank you very much, Runil, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. In fact, the Mumbai edition of the Times of India is also reporting that thunder showers are likely on 1st of June. This is what IMD has predicted. The IMD Mumbai has issued a warning for rain and thunder showers in Mumbai and Thane on 1st of June. And these are expected in Raigad and parts of Ratnagiri as well, something that people of Maharashtra can now look forward to. Moving on now to the Bengaluru edition of the Times of India. Deepak, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Deepak, good morning. The big story is Karnataka private labs to test high-risk returnees at airports and railway stations. Important because most of these people only have tested positive in the last couple of days.
In fact, the last couple of weeks, most of the returnees are the ones who are adding up to the tally of the Karnataka COVID positive cases, Hina, and that's the reason the government right now is mulling this option where people who come in while they go into institutional quarantine, it's becoming a burden for the people who've been stuck in various places again, going into institutional quarantine. Now an option to go through private labs where they can get a test done. 650 rupees is a fees that they've fixed for anybody who wants to get the test done. If they turn negative, they can go back home is the option that they've given. This is mainly because the burden on the government is quite large because the number of people who are traveling into the state, and right now they're putting the onus back on the travelers.
All right. Thank you very much, Deepak, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on to the Chennai edition of the Times of India. And here, the big story is what ICMR has said. This is what Times of India's Chennai edition is leading with. COVID may subside like H1N1. India has managed to distribute or smoothen the COVID curve by keeping the fatality rate low by early detection, ramping up health infrastructure and instilling behavioral changes during the lockdown. This is what Dr. Balram Bhargav, Director General of ICMR, has told Sushmi Day. Now, Shilpa, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Shilpa, good morning. In biggest one-day surge, Tamil Nadu has added 874 cases. Tally has now crossed 20,000. It is alarming.
Well, it is indeed alarming, because for the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing how Tamil Nadu has been recording a high surge number of COVID-19 cases. It's not showing any signs of, slowing down. So that is, of course, a cause of concern. Yesterday alone, 874 new cases of coronavirus were reported in Tamil Nadu, and around 600 of these cases were from Chennai. That, of course, has crossed the 20,000 mark, and wanted even to understand is that today the medical expert committee, which has been constituted by the Tamil Nadu government, will meet with the chief minister, and they will of course discuss about the situation on ground and take a call about extending the lockdown, about lifting certain lockdown guidelines as well. Yesterday, the chief minister had met with all the district collectors to do a similar, ground check as to what is happening on the ground, the situation on the ground, and take their inputs as to what can be relaxed in their particular districts and what should continue in terms of restrictions. So considering, there are high number of cases, one will have to really wait and see as to what decision will the Tamil Nadu government take in terms of extending or relaxing the lockdown.
All right, Shilpa, appreciate you joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on to the Kolkata edition of the Times of India, and lots of interesting stories here. On the front page, Railways unhealthy Corona expresses behind Bengal's COVID spike. This is what Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister, has said. Chief Minister lays out blueprint for the economic revival. And what is also important is that in West Bengal, places of worship to open from Monday. What's on from June 1? Some guidelines have already been issued by the government there. All places of worship, temple, mosque, dargah, church, gurdwara to open. No more than 10 people will be allowed to pray at one time, at any time. Religious gatherings, festivals and yagnas by devotees will not be allowed. Namaz on roads outside mosques will not be allowed. All shops allowed to open. That's another important update that is here on the front page. Then more relaxations that will come from 1st of June. Hawkers can set up stalls but not on roads. Jute mills and tea gardens to work with 100% workforce. Buses can take passengers till the seats are filled up. Standing in the buses is not going to be allowed in West Bengal. Cabs, auto rickshaws, totos to operate with restrictions and passengers. And ferry services to begin with 40% passengers at one single time. Bengal government leaves it to centre now to take a call on running the local trains. And these are the things that will be allowed from 1st of June in West Bengal. Now, what's off till June end? The government there has already given guidelines for this as well. Educational institutions like schools, colleges, universities will not start till June end. ICDS centers closed for the entire month of June. Apart from this, the Chief Minister said that 6,250 crore have been released for Ampan restoration. And another important news that's there in this edition of the Times of India: shutters up, Bara Bazaar textile hub starts fresh. New market traders frame set of safety rules to resume businesses after 67 days. So slowly and gradually things are coming back to normal in West Bengal, even though the cases are also rising sharply on a daily basis. Then there is another important update, and this is a good one. 101 people were released from Howrah Hospital. That was the highest number of people being released in one single day. So that's also an important update in this edition. Moving on now, and let's get you the latest as far as news from around the world is concerned from Times Global. And today, the big news is the overall COVID count around the world, which is also rising very sharply. And now again, it is the United States of America which is at number 1. But at the same time, United States of America has decided to pull out of the WHO membership. And these are the other latest COVID developments. Moscow revises toll, new outbreaks in Israel schools. That's big news. Under scrutiny for weeks over a virus toll so low that Russian officials hailed it as a miracle. Moscow authorities now say they have improved their count for April and found that more than twice as many people died as initially reported. Then civil unrest spreads across America. Minneapolis ex-cop behind black man's killing arrested, charged with murder. And then Hong Kong warns US removing special status is a double-edged sword. That's another important story that's here. And lastly, very interesting, only one active virus case in New Zealand. New Zealand is down to just one person in the entire nation of 5 million people who is known to be infected with the coronavirus after no new cases have been detected for the past week. Very interesting news here. Karishma, my colleague, is now joining us on the broadcast for the latest from World of Sports. Karishma, World T20 schedule is under very high risk.
Well, yes, absolutely, Hina. That is what we've been reporting for the last few days, and now TOI is also reporting that Cricket Australia CEO Kevin Roberts has told Australian media that we are hopeful of hosting the T20 World Cup, but hosting it in October and November is going to be very, very high risk because, very importantly, Australia is under lockdown till September. So how are they going to allow 16 nations, members from 16 different nations to travel to Australia in October and play such a big tournament from the 18th of October. So what we're learning is that on the 10th of June, the ICC decision that was deferred from the 28th of May will now be about postponement, because Chairman of Cricket Australia has already written to ICC saying that they're going to find it very, very difficult to hold it as per rule, as per schedule with spectators. It is going to be next to impossible to hold the T20 World Cup. So we will have to wait and see till the 10th of June what decision comes out.
All right. Thank you very much, Karishma, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on to the latest as far as the Delhi Times page is concerned. And this is what you can find on the Delhi Times. An interview with R. Balki, the director who's directed films like Chini Kam and Pa. And he says that won't be any shortage of work in film industry post-lockdown. And this week only, amid the lockdown, R. Balki, along with Akshay Kumar and a crew of about 20 people, started shooting as well for a public service film in Mumbai. Apart from this, this is another very interesting update that's there. Sanitizers kept in cars are not a safety hazard. There was a lot of rumors going around the safety of sanitizers which are kept in your cars, but experts say that they are not a safety hazard at all. The temperature in car has to be about 315 degrees Celsius for sanitizers to explode. Sanitizers can ignite a fire, not really cause it. So that's an important update here. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for staying with us here on the Newspaper Show.